Most people do not know who they were in their previous lifetime. So you're starting all over again. I get to be a teenager all over again. Yeah, exactly. Well, he doesn't. And you have to, right? The only thing is that he makes it that whatever you fixed up does not come back to get ruined again. You can't undo your previous successes. It's like a trust account, right? When you leave this world after having fixed up, we'll get to this next section, God willing, but whatever you fixed up in this lifetime, if it's fixed up and you die having fixed that part up, it goes away in Shemayim. Next time you come back, you can't undo it. Otherwise, we'd be back in square one every single time, making no progress over 6 hours of history. It wouldn't work out. But 5 levels of soul, and the analogy they use is it's like a glass blower. You ever seen how a glass blower works? You have this molten glass, very, very hot. You can't put your mouth in it because you won't get it off after that, right? 3rd-degree burns at least. So you attach it to a metal rod, right? Or a wood rod. You blow down it, right? So there's a breath in your mouth first, like that. Like a neshima is a breath. So the word neshama comes from the word neshima, which is like a breath in God's mouth. Ruach means like a breeze, like a wind. It's like so the level of a soul called ruach is really like a transitory stage of soul. When you blow the neshima out down the rod, it travels down the road. It's a ruach. It comes to rest in the body, which is where the nefesh is. V'nafash. Shabbos is a day of nefesh, right? Kodesh Baruch Hu rested on Shabbos, because the word nefesh means to rest, because that's where the soul comes to rest. The soul, the nefesh, is in the blood. It's the transition between the spiritual and the physical. It's what keeps you alive. It's what gives your body the energy to survive. It's not the food, right? The food is a way to bring to you the tzotze kedusha, spiritual sparks that connect the soul and the body, but it's not the food itself. The proof is take the deadest person you can find and the healthiest food you can find and put them together, and you won't come back to life again. The food's not going to do that. It's the soul inside, the nefesh inside. So you have these 3 levels you have to fix up. And a person comes into this world at a specific level, on nefesh primarily, right? And what's even more interesting is that these levels subdivide. Just like there are 5 levels of soul, the 5 levels have 5 levels. There's a nefesh of a nefesh, and a ruach of a nefesh, right? And just like the 5 levels of the 5 levels, right? They also have 5 levels, and the 5 levels of the 5 levels of 5 levels of the 5 levels of 5 levels, until there's a spark for every soul, for every human being who's living in the world. And everybody starts out on a specific level of that soul, that spark, right? That's where you're beginning, that's your starting point, and now you have to rectify yourself. Well, how do I rectify myself? By ascending to higher levels of soul. By accessing higher levels of my personal soul, not your soul. Your soul's for you, my soul's for me. I have to access higher levels of soul. How does it work? Right? So I don't know what they used for analogies 1,000 years ago, but today we have all kinds of examples from the computer world. Basically, when we used to buy a program, one of the marketing techniques they use was you buy the program and you download it for free and say, wow, you actually get stuff for free, not knowing you're being pulled into this thing, right? So I remember the first one I got, I think it was called QuickTime. It's like that for my Macintosh, right? And I was so excited. I got an application, I downloaded for free, and I put it into my computer, and I'm using it, right? And the one thing I want to do, it won't work. And I noticed that the things I can do, which I'm not so interested in using because it's so basic, they're black, like black text, right? And the ones that are there, they let me know what I can do if I pay $30 for the rest of the program, right? So what happens basically is that you pay the $30, and then when you type in some numerical key, so it unlocks the program, and all of a sudden the gray ones become black. You now have access to higher levels of computer function because you paid the $30. You paid for it, right? And I thought to myself, wow, this is before I understood how things work. Wow, that's amazing. They were able to put all that extra function in a 10-digit number? Because that's all I typed in. I didn't download something else. It was already in my computer. I just typed in 10 digits, and all of a sudden, boom, it all became, and I have all these functions. And then I said to myself, but that can't be possible. How can you do a thing like that? And then I realized the genius of these guys. What did they do? With the initial download, everything goes in, but it's locked. The computer knows it cannot allow you to have access, and it's all the writing and all the programming to make it work like this. And this, it was half as complicated as what you have today. These guys don't know how to do it. These programmers, there's all this coding to write in. But if the computer knows that when it sees this number, you have permission now to use its other functions. So everybody sitting in this room, by definition, has a nefesh, has a ruach, has a neshama, has a chai, and yechida is unique to you. It's yours. It has to be there. You know why it has to be there? Because it's a conduit. And the top of the system is God himself, or Ein Sof, the light of God. You live today because of the light of God. But how do you get the light of God? He throws it at you. He emails it to you. Right? How does he do it? How do you get the light into you? So he sends it to your yechida, which filters the light down for your chaya, and then your chaya gives it over to your neshama, and your neshama gives it over to your ruach, and the ruach gives it over to the nefesh, and then your body, I'm alive. I can do things now. But if it's all there, so why am I on such a low spiritual level? Why aren't I way up there? And what does it mean I can't access Chaim Yechida till to the resurrection of the dead? Well, if it's there, it's there. So it's exactly like the computer program. It's built in. God says until the person achieves X, Y, and Z, they can't access their ruach. It's there, it's functioning, it's giving light over to you so you can live, but you can't access its power. You can't use it.